Hello everybody, my name is YSC and it is my absolute pleasure to bring you week 4 of 2023 season 1. We're going to be starting off on 76. Let's get it started. Alright, Royal here in the bottom right hand corner. We got Best in the bottom left. A PVT on this crazy map. There's your lineup. Royal Light Barracks, Bisu Best YSC, Hero, Soma, Shine. Kind of mixing it up here in terms of the players we're bringing forward. Barracks and Shine, YSC, not the typical players in the KCM, although Barracks and Shine both made it into the ASL this season. And so definitely deserve an opportunity to show off their skills here in the KCM. YSC, the only player who didn't make it in from this lineup. So I'm wondering what he can bring to the table here in order to boost the Protoss side. Now, this first matchup here is going to be really important. Our strongest player, I think, on the Terran squad, Royal, is coming out against Best in a bit of a crazy map. 76. This is, in my opinion, extremely Protoss favored, and we could end up seeing our top Terran player eliminated right off the bat unless he's got some really interesting styles to bring out here in order to start things off. To take down Best, he's gonna have to bring out something special in order to take down Best here. It looks like Best going for an early Zealot here, but he's gonna be sad to see a wall on Royal's side. Neither player taking a back expansion, neither player taking an expansion in the center either, which kind of blows my mind right now. I'm surprised to see both players are likely going to take the low grounds here in front of their main base. That does not net you a gas geyser, so both players going to be extremely low on gas here, and neither player going to start off with a island base. So this is not the way that I ever anticipated this this matchup going when I was looking at this map when it was first coming out. This is a completely different idea from both players, and it's not too crazy far off in terms of what Best is doing. He can go for a nice quick Reaver here off of one base and drop his probe in the back area in order to take that base a little bit earlier. But I'm surprised. I'm very surprised to see so many Protoss players not utilizing, not deciding to grab the back natural a little bit earlier. Best getting in here with the probe. He is going to see everything except for the command center, which is a little bit interesting. Not able to spot that command center out. It will be a surprise. He may be thinking that Royal took the back natural here in the early game. But this is the command center now floating out here to the natural. Royal able to keep that hidden does give him a slight advantage. Robotics on the way, along with that support bay. So Reaver definitely the choice here for Best, and that's no surprise to anyone who saw this map. Definitely Reaver tech is the expected play out of Protoss here. Just the ability to drop probes around the map and take expansion island bases that are hard to deal with. Very powerful here on this map. And there we go, gonna pick up a probe immediately. No, actually sending the probe out. A little bit surprising there. along with the Zealot going to the ramp. Where is he sending this? The Reaver is not out yet. I definitely expected him to drop a probe somewhere. He's going to the back natural, so he actually is completely fooled by what he saw earlier on. He thought that his opponent that Royal definitely took this back natural because he didn't see that CC in the main. Now he's very confused here. He needs to get over towards the natural and find out about this base here. Otherwise, he's going to be completely thrown off. Sending a Zealot to the top right. He is just totally confused about what's happened. Now he sees the bunker in the front and should be wise to the game plan here from Royal. You can see tanks in the main. Those tanks are not able to come down this ramp. Neither are Dragoons, so tank kind of stuck up there on the high ground. A Wraith has popped out, so he does have some means with which to deal with this Reaver. However, the Reaver lands where the tanks are not. There's no real way for the tanks to get down here onto the low ground, actually deal with this. Look at this. He's going to drop the Reaver just outside the range of the tank and hit this bunker, and really there's nothing that Royal can do about this. These tanks up on the high ground, completely out of range, and the Dragoons are going to cover that Reaver from any damage here coming from that Wraith. I think it's possible as well to dive in, kill that one turret, and then drop the Reaver here in a better position. Oh, he gets one shot on the Reaver. Unfortunate stuff there for Best. And he's struggling now to break through this area. There we go. Now we've got a dropship out. He can start to ferry down tanks at least and shore up the defenses here on the low ground so he won't be broken from this position. Looks like a command center being built to the north. He will still have to use a dropship to ferry an SCV to that location in order to remove the problem of that single. Oh, pick up. Okay, nicely done. Brings the Dragoon along so that Wraith can't actually deal with the shuttle Reaver, and this is going to delay Royal from taking this base for a long time. It takes quite a bit to clear this out here. He can, of course, juggle his tank. Juggling the tank against the Reaver is a possibility, but likewise, Best can also juggle his Reaver against the tank shots, so this is going to be a tough base to take. Meanwhile, Best is snagging upper right. That's also a highly defensible base, but I'm surprised he's not taking more islands around the map. The islands at the top left and in the center of the map are very, very strong places to take. Oh, gets the dropship. Dropship does go down there. He needs an SCV here in order to land this command center. If he doesn't have an SCV to remove the that mineral patch, there's actually nowhere to land. So he needs to build another dropship before taking that base. So a nice pick off there by Best to delay everything in that back natural area. You can see he's just hovering there, waiting for the dropship to build. He also can't throw down any turrets here to help with the defense, whereas Best is coming across the map with these two shuttles, could dive in once again and potentially take out these tanks, delay this base even further. Here they come. Two speed shuttles here, gonna drop a bunch of Reavers, Dragoons, and Zealots in this spot. Still causing a problem here. I'm gonna go back with the rest, or with his single shuttle to go pick up some more units, ferry them into the back natural here. I think Best doing a great job of slowing down Royal, just being a complete nuisance as he's taking further bases. It is going to be tough, though, for Best to field a massive army and actually take a fight with Royal in his natural. It's a very closed-up natural. And you have to put your... Oh, he's going for the dive. He's going to go after that shuttle. He gets the shuttle. Is he going to lose the Wraith? Yes, he loses one Wraith. The shuttle being taken out is massive. And going back to what I was talking about... Oh, gets one more shot and will end up killing that. Tank does go down. Going back to what I was saying, it is going to be very tough for Best to field a large army out on the map, because you constantly have to be ferrying these Dragoons down from the main base. That's a ton of wasted APM and macro time. So I'm not sure if he wants to go into like a really serious... Oh, here we go. Another shot there. Doesn't get into the bunker. Now going to jump into that bunker. Kind of evening out there that trade as Royal secures his new base. Finally going to get some gas here. He is completely gas starved, so adding on those extra 2 gases, those gas do run out very quickly though. And I'm predicting Best's gonna throw down some Stargates here, because like I was saying, macroing onto this map is very, very difficult. Royal can lift up his factories, land them on low ground, and fight from there. That is a possibility. He's also gonna try to take this middle area in the 6. He's gonna go ahead and grab this base. That's a much higher value base. Even though there's not 2 gases there, the gases do last for a lot longer. The minerals last for a lot longer as well. 3 shuttles coming forward here. Is he gonna break the 6 base, or will he go for the main base? Looks like he's going in for the main. Not too many units here to defend. That's a lot of Protoss being dropped here, and this may be the way forward here for Best. Rather than going for massive attack through the middle of the map in a traditional sense, he's instead going to be throwing away a bunch of shuttles here in order to bring a army to a location where the strong part of Royal's army is not able to get to. You can see tanks on low ground not really getting anything done, and look at this. Big kills here, able to pick off some of these drop ships. Those are amazing, amazing kills for Best. Getting rid of drop ships right now just completely destroys the mobility of this army and slows down Royal by so much. Do we have more shuttles being produced? Only 1 robotic facility here. He's going up to a Templar Archives. Oh, there's the second robo. Okay, he does have 2 robo. He's on 4 base, but likewise Royal on 4 base now as well. So not doing a great job of keeping ahead of the Terran at this point. I think he could definitely do more with his shuttles, just dropping probes around the map and taking free bases. Looks like he will be taking this base in the top left-hand corner now, so starting to macro up a little harder. I'm so shocked that Best is not going for carrier here. This is such a carrier map. It is such a crazy carrier map, and he's trying to do something that feels way harder than what he has to do right now. Like ferrying units out of his main here in order to do some sort of an attack in towards the natural, instead of just building a couple of Stargates and then using the broken ass units. I really don't understand that, but he's gonna come over here to the natural. There's not too much over in this location. Royal will be responding with relative quickness though. 4 dropships are available to drop out a ton of Goliaths and tanks. Gonna come in with the Reavers, but instantly kills a ton of those. Tank's gonna siege up here on high ground, and this has basically been repelled at this point. I feel that really Best is not utilizing his advantages here as Protoss on this map. and allowing Royal to kind of macro up here without transitioning is a pretty big mistake, I feel. We're only on about 4 gateways here for Best and 2 robotics facilities, and he's just relying on ferrying units. Looks like coming through with his shuttle. This should be a... Oh, I thought it was going to be some storms here because we did see that tech coming out, but 2 Reavers in the back. It's going to have to shuttle over or some ferry over some tanks here in order to deal with this. We'll lose the shuttle immediately, and diving on top of that kills the Raver. The space is getting low here, and a round of Zealots makes its way across the map. These are the only units that actually can run up and down the ramp, so they do have that advantage when it comes to rallies across the map here. Gonna load up 4 more drops. This is pretty chaotic. Trying to hold this base. That's a lot of Goliaths, and it looks like he should be able to keep this alive. Base in the center, the 6th base, is under threat here, though. A lot of turrets and some Goliaths as well. He can focus down these with these Goliaths. Zealots not able to do anything. Okay, does drop off a couple of Zealots on that high ground tank. Gonna take out this Dragoon though. Dragoon goes down. Zealots will clean up, but dropship's gonna come through, and this is just chaos. Not at all the way I expected games to go on this map, but here you have it. Best versus Royal, 2 of the greatest players of their respective races here, working with some really weird different ideas. Oh, gets a nice scare there. Quite a few kills, but still Royal's economy is doing very, very well. He's got, what is he on here? 4 gases now, 4 gas economy. Tons and tons of dropships, picking up a lot of Goliaths here and dropping them around the map. Will he actually start to get on the offensive now? Now that he's held off these attacks, a lot of Templar here, though. Wow, so many Templar popping out for Best. Absolutely the counter to what Royal is attempting to do, which is go and drop on one of these bases. How are you going to break through 8 cannons and 4 High Templar? That is just at a level of impossibility that I don't think that Best can, or that Royal can overcome. Drops for Terran have so much less value than for the Protoss. These Reavers and Templar can absolutely match whatever Royal can pop out here. And look at this, he's got all his units. Every single unit that pops out for Royal has to be picked up and dropped out once again. So these dropships have insane value. Now finally Best getting over to the center left. Those back bases starting to set up locations where he can mine at these small outposts. Look at that, 4 cannons. If he lands a Reaver here or a couple of Templar, that base is completely impenetrable. Even with like 8 dropships full of Goliaths, he can't really break through that. If he's got a couple of Reavers and a Templar or 2, it's just so impossibly difficult. So these bases that Best is setting up here are nearly unbreakable, and Royal's running out of kind of locations where he can continue to expand at this point. The 7 base is now going to be taken here, but there's still an opportunity at the moment where Best could definitely break that location. Big drop coming up here, but you cannot be losing these drop chips. Flying into cannons will absolutely destroy you. Whoa. He's got Irradiate there. Irradiate ready for dealing with some of these Templar, and 3 storms coming out, smashing through a lot of these Goliaths. Goliath army out on the map. Tanks in support, moving towards this top right-hand base. We'll see if he can actually break through here, because Best is getting close to max. He's gonna dive in on this back natural. This is a crazy move. Only one shuttle. One shuttle lets out units. God, that was so bad. So bad for Best there. I can't believe that was the play. When he should be defending his bases in top right, he just throws away about 5 shuttles there into a bunch of turrets. That's crazy to me. And Archon's being made here. There should be EMP finished. Look at this. A bunch of units going to be ferried up into this main base. That's so many Goliaths. And Best just doesn't have the defenses I mentioned earlier. He's got one-eyed Templar and quite a few cannons, but what he didn't even cast a storm there. And Royal actually getting in on top of this base. Can he crack through? There's almost a storm ready in this location, and a couple of shuttles, I think, making their way over here. There's one storm, another storm, big one landing on that Goliath. Looks like he will be able to stop this base from going down here. Round of Zealots making their way up here. This is another advantage for Protoss. Just the ability to rally Zealots out of your main base without having to shuttle them down to another location. Down to the low ground makes all the difference in the world. All he needs to do is move his... Oh, his Templar as well can walk down, so all he needs to do is move his Dragoons down to the low ground in order to reinforce. Here comes that command center looking for that 4th base. Is he going to be able to secure it? Best here, building up in the top right. Oh my god, a big drop coming through here, but Templar coming out. Big storm on a ton of these Goliaths. Storms on the dropships as well, going to bring them very, very low. DT pops out here, but there's a lot of science vessels in the area. More and more cannons coming up, and I mean, Goliaths are all right versus cannons, but they're not the greatest. Definitely cannons can take a good fight. Look at that. Command center just kind of sitting here. This is a wild-ass game, boys. I really don't know who's going to end up winning here. I feel like Best has the advantage. Finally going into carrier. Are you kidding me? This is wild. I feel like carrier definitely the ultimate weapon in this matchup on this map, but taking this long to transition is a little bit wild to me. Now going to land here on this high ground. Of course, having that high ground there, very, very helpful for Terran, taking the 76 bases. The bases here in the center, much easier to hold than the bases around the outside of the map, but once carriers are out, that doesn't really matter as much. The carriers can kind of dip in and out, and whether you're inside the 76 or outside, the carriers can kind of avoid you and don't really have to take a fight. They can move around the map, just killing off bases almost at a whim. And Best gonna take another base here, so he's pretty much taken every base available except for down at the 6 o'clock and that natural in the top right. That's probably going to be next on his list. Just needs to get over there, throw down a bunch of cannons. He's definitely got the money for it. Everything else, all the gas is going to be going into building a ton of carriers. Look at how many cannons going down there. That is like, what is this, 8 Stargates here in the top left as well. The man has way too much money. He is so rich at this point. The carriers are going to come out here, and the base that's being taken now at 6 o'clock here for Royal, I feel that that base 100% will end up getting taken down. There's really no way to defend it. Just building a bunch of turrets here is not going to be enough once the carriers are out in force. Dropships are moving around the map. You might want to go and try to attack one of these bases, but this number of cannons just feels unbreakable with just pure drops. You just go ahead and drop a whole bunch of Goliaths. Even if you bring a few tanks, I feel like Bez could just respond with shuttles super fast. Dropships are now going towards the main, it looks like. Radiates on 2 different High Templars. That's a great way, a creative way of dealing with the Templar defense that's been really holding Royal back and preventing him from breaking into these bases. Going ahead and getting rid of those really smart moves for Royal, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here. He's coming in, going to get another one of these. Nice job. Picks off another High Templar, and now he's going to go for the drop here, but look at how many cannons there are. So many cannons. Can he actually deal with this? If there was a storm here, there's a storm on top of a lot of these units. An EMP comes down, then he looks like he will actually break this, but carriers are being produced just north of this location. A bunch of them are going to pop out here soon. He can also load up, bring some Reavers and Templar to assist in this defense here. Is there actually still a SCV in the top left-hand corner? I think so. I see a little blue dot up in that top left-hand corner. Hasn't been moved for like 20 minutes, I would say. Been sitting up there forever, but Royal could actually find out about these carriers very easily if he moves. I don't know if he's actually gotten a scan there. We haven't checked to see Royal's vision. I gotta assume that he has it. He's already producing tons and tons of Goliaths anyway. His base here has been broken, but as you can see, all the minerals here are gone, so it really doesn't matter. Best gonna run up here with these zealots, try to take a fight with the Goliaths, but that's just way too much firepower here on that high ground. And I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised that Royal has hung in this long. But I think the fortunes are about to change here with the addition of these carriers. Things are gonna get really hard for Royal now. As soon as the carriers move out on the map, things are gonna get pretty insane. He's gonna come here in towards the middle of the map. Now this could be scary. Dropships might be able to land underneath the carriers and try to take a fight with them, but that still seems a little bit unlikely. It still seems a little bit difficult. Now, I'd love to see Best just go down around the left side of the map and deny the base at 6 o'clock. I feel like that would be the best move for him right now. Seems like that's the way he's going. He's got about 9 carriers here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, yeah, about 9 carriers there. He's gonna move in order to intercept. Oh, it needs to start keeping these Templar in one of the shuttles. Looks like he does have some popping in there. Going to go for this base. That's so many cannons. Can he actually break it? Dropping out a ton of Goliaths. Here comes the Templar dropping out. Storm's gonna land on top of a lot of these, and the cannons are doing their work here, just crushing the Goliaths. So many Goliaths have been taken down. Now the dropships are gonna start to go down as well. The Storms here crushing that. This base is going to go down here. A sacrificial base. Really nothing Royal can do to keep that one alive. And I think Royal's done a great job this game in making it into an actual back and forth here. But now that the carriers have finally been switched, I feel like Best, he knows the strength of carriers here. He absolutely knows it. But he wanted to, you know, try to take down Royal without resorting to the OP unit. Finally now though, realizing, you know, probably it's possible he could lose here. Might as well bring out the carriers, and that's what he does. He brings the carriers finally to this fight, and with the addition of those carriers, I just don't see any possibility for Royal now to take a win. He's gonna come in and kill some of these High Templar with his science vessels, but I don't think he can break enough bases. There's so many mining bases here for Best. He's got a ton of money. He's got a ton of carriers. He's gonna come through here and kill this, one of the very last mining locations for Royal. Yeah, you can just stand just out of range here as the carrier player. Kill off all of these Goliaths. Ton of dropships coming through here with some of these Goliaths inside. But with the carriers and all the Corsairs here as well, those dropships are going to take so much damage. They're going to die so fast. He's not even going to attempt to go for an attack and defend that base. Instead, he's going to come for the main, and the storms are amazing. Everything gets cleaned. GG. Royal taps out, and Best takes him down. Ooh, that was worth the clapper? I don't know. That one is that was a questionable game there. I feel like Best could have transitioned to carriers so long ago and taken an easy win, but he kind of messed around a lot. He just got skirted with the shuttles, did some really questionable drops. But the power of Protoss on that map just cannot be denied. Taking bases around, just throwing down cannons everywhere. It's just so hard to break bases with dropship against Protoss. It's insane. The amount of power, the power differential between what you can drop out of a shuttle as compared to what you can drop out of a dropship is nuts. Plus, you can get the speed upgrade for the shuttles, so they're way faster than dropships. They can move and react quicker. Yeah, it's kind of a foregone conclusion, really, on that map. I feel like absolutely the most broken map we've ever seen in ASL. Comment down below if you agree or disagree. I really think we're not going to see any wins from Terran against Protoss in ASL if this map is actually implemented. And if we do, it's probably going to be some wild rush build that we've never seen before, or the Protoss just getting insanely greedy at the early game. But you can see there, even with the Protoss just opening normally with a gateway and then into Reaver and you know, expanding a lot later, you can still have a really powerful mid and late game and get into carriers and everything's fine. So you don't have to sacrifice any early game power or put yourself at risk of being rushed, and that's just why this map is so incredibly scary and broken, I feel, in favor of Protoss. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. We're gonna get into game number 2 here. Royal's been eliminated. Best will move on. All right, as we're getting on into game number 2 here, I'd like to give a massive shout out to KCM, guys. If you have a little extra time, of course you do right now, as you're watching this cast, go down to the comments section or go down to the details of this video. Click the first link. That's going to take you to KCM's channel. Just give him some love. Go and make a comment, like one of his videos, and let him know. Show him some love from the English-speaking community. He is an absolute legend for allowing an English cast of his excellent tournament. I'd also like to shout out to all of you guys there on Patreon. Really appreciate the support as of late, guys. It's been fantastic. And all of your well wishes definitely make my day when I'm here recovering from my recent injury. It's been fantastic hearing from you guys and how much you guys enjoy this channel. And yeah, I'm gonna tear up here, guys, if I talk about it anymore. So let's go ahead and get into this game. We've got Shine down in the bottom left-hand corner on a Blue Storm. He's going to be grabbing his hatchery here, just barely not getting the block off. Best getting his Nexus up after Forge. So keeping it simple, keeping it safe. We'll be grabbing that cannon as soon as he's got 150 minerals, as he sees the lings on the way here. Shine now making it into the natural. Let's see how many lings he actually produces. 2 so far, so only 2 lings. Not much of a commitment at all, so not expecting to get any damage. And now that he sees timing on that cannon, he sees it is a Forge expand. He's gonna know that he's made the correct choice here. He's also sending out a drone to the top left-hand corner. So Blue Storm, it's a very old map. It's been around for a long time. It's the only map that is not in the ASL pool this season. Oh my goodness, a kill on this probe. Man, Shine gonna be regretting his decision to send those 2 Zerglings out on the map. He really should have just chased this probe here instead, because losing a drone in the early game is insanely painful. This probe getting huge value here as a scout and as a fighting unit as well, which is crazy. Rarely ever see the probe getting damage here against a player of the caliber of Shine. Shine made it into the ASL again this season. Mr. Bag of Builds. I can't wait to see him play on 76, actually, what he's going to be able to bust out against Protoss and against Terran. I don't think we've seen, have we seen a Protoss versus Zerg on that map? Because I feel like Protoss versus Zerg is actually the more balanced, kind of the more balanced matchup on 76. So I really want to see how some of these pro games will play out in a Protoss versus Zerg. 1 single zealot here on the map, just kind of making things dangerous out here. Wants to perhaps trick Shine into thinking that that zealot is like headed to the top left or something. Does loop it all the way back around and just into the natural once again. So being nice and safe with that zealot, but forcing some Zerglings out here. Shine with the layer finished. I believe he's thrown down the Spire. Where's the Spire? We don't see it just yet. At least I haven't seen it on the way. There it is. Okay, so Spire on the way. No second gas. So likely this is just gonna be for a single pair of Scourge or a couple pairs of Scourge to drive away this Corsair and get a nice scout off on what Best is planning. Lings are in pretty high numbers, so Shine really getting tricked by that early Zealot move out, and he's like searching around here. He just doesn't know that Best completely fooled him with that play. A great SimCity here for Best. Has done a good job of making it nearly impossible to break. Like if you try to get on top of that cannon, there's a, oh no, he's moving out with the Zealots. Oh god, the timing here. The timing here is brutal. Gonna dive right on top of this cannon. Zealots are coming back, but the cannon is gonna go down immediately here, and that cannon falling spells disaster right now for Best. He's gonna try and run through and get his Zealots into a better position, but completely surrounded and killed. Shine gonna take a quick and easy win here. Going after the pylon, will kill the pylon and make these two, this gateway and the forge unpowered. There goes the cannon in the main base. GG, Best taps out. Oh, painful way to go down there. Best with some really smart moves. I think the Zealot move out and turnaround was fantastic, but Shine came in at the perfect time. Best left his natural at such an inopportune moment. Just gets completely destroyed there by his own move out timing. Unfortunate stuff, but Shine will continue on. Best has been eliminated, and yeah, that just happens sometimes, man. If you're not careful, You know, you've got the scout out, you've got the Corsair on the map. If you scout around properly and find out where what's actually coming before sending out these zealots, be completely safe there, and he would have been in a fantastic position. This game would have still been going on, but sending out the zealots right along with that Corsair before finding out what's happening ends up biting him in the butt so hard. And Shine takes a quick, easy win. We're going to go on to game number 3 now. It's going to be Light or Barracks versus Shine. That's coming right up. Okay, a rather disappointing start to this week of the KCM, I must say. Kind of an interesting back and forth, I guess, in the first game, but a losing battle, really. If you're chasing Protoss around with dropships full of Goliaths, it is definitely a losing battle. You're going to have inefficient trades pretty much no matter how well you play in that situation. So Royal get knocked out, then we've got Best going down. I can already feel the Protoss rage comments on this video. And to be honest, let them fly, guys. If you have some comments, you have some anger you need to let out, go ahead and throw it down in the comments below. Let out your rage about the imbalance. It definitely helps me out. Helps me with the kind of unpredictable YouTube algorithm. The only thing we can really know for sure is that, well, comments help to get more views. Comments help to promote the videos. So definitely go ahead and say whatever you want. Some people just type 222. I mean, it is what it is, man. If you want to help out the channel, giving a comment definitely will assist me. And if you want to go even further, of course, word of mouth, letting friends know, letting other people know. If you're lucky enough to have a friend who watches Brood War, or you just play online sometimes, BGH or whatever, sending people a link to the stream, sending people a link to one of these tournament games definitely helps out as well. Anyway, guys, we've got Shine here in the bottom left-hand corner. You can see what the builds are. Everything looking very, very normal as these players are getting into the early game. A 2-hatch from Shine so far. And go ahead and mine that gas. He's got layer on the way, no speed so far. He sees that there's really no Marines, hardly any Marines being produced. Maybe just 1 or 2 here as Barracks is grabbing gas, gonna go into a factory immediately after. So a 3rd hatch thrown down from Shine, kind of putting it off to the side here. He wants to drive out Barracks SCV and make it a little bit more difficult for Barracks to figure out what is going on here. Maybe he can throw down his tech buildings in that kind of hidden location down there in the bottom right-hand corner. SCV with just 1 hit left does make it into the main. Not able to see any tech there. The next hatchery is not quite done, so you know it's gonna have to throw down the Spire at this regular location. Maybe he wants to throw down a Hydralisk Den or something at that 3rd hatchery, though. That could be a really smart move. Hide the Hydralisk Den and go into a lurker, a quick lurker switch up. Although at this point it's a little bit slow. He probably will go for Mutas here and maybe switch into Hydras a little bit later as he takes his 3rd base. You just really never know, though, with someone like Shine. Shine, I mean, this guy, the most unpredictable Zerg player, maybe the most unpredictable player in general in Brood War. He has so many different ways to play, especially in tournament games. I mean, probably not in KCM as much, but in ASL, this guy, you really never know what's coming your way. It's like a single factory or single barracks into a Valkyrie switch here for Barracks. We'll see how he decides to follow this up, but this build has become very, very popular as of late. Super quick Valkyrie. It's going to come out right in time for these first few mutas. He's already got the turrets finishing up here in the natural, and the Valkyrie is going to come forward in a few seconds here and probably just shove these mutalisks away really nice and quickly. Does manage to kill one of the turrets, so opening up a position here, an attack path to get some of these SCVs. Where's that first Valkyrie? There it is, finally popping out. It's a little tiny bit late, but will shove things back here as the last turret is picked off. Barracks struggling right now to get himself together to mount a proper defense. Here comes the Mutalisk. Oh, they get it. Unbelievable, just pure Mutalisk micro, able to take out that first Valkyrie, going after the Overlord. A massive mistake there, and now with the Lynx coming up as well, he's breaking the wall. All of the Marines have been picked off. The Lynx can get in here and go after some of these building turrets. He's actually going after the Marines here. Two Scourge gonna come up, and he cannot stay with this Valkyrie. He's just gonna have to micro around, try to keep that Valkyrie alive. It's his only hope this game. He's gonna lose the Valkyrie. Oh, he keeps it alive. Are you kidding me? Keeping that alive was massive. But he still has to sit and repair for a little while, and so many SCVs have been taken down. Barracks is on the edge of defeat right now. Cannot get any turrets up in his natural. More mutas have been produced. They haven't been rallied across the map. A little bit too much going on for Shine right now. He's even going into a hive at this moment. No third base at this time, but it's fine. He is in such a good position after those trades. After killing so many SCVs here and just denying the natural for a significant amount of time, it's going to be really tough for Barracks to right the ship here and actually get his macro engine back underneath him. He does have some Valkyries together. He's got two Valkyries, so he should be able to push away this 6 Mutalisk swarm. Good God, there's so few SCVs here. I'd love to see the count at this moment. It's really low, though, as you can tell. Quite a few being transferred to that natural, but still, the SCV count is insanely small. 44 supply to 59. Shine outdoing his opponent by quite a lot. Actually, 20 supply ahead at this point. A dangerous position right now for Barracks to be in. Here we go. Few Lynx coming out. They do have that speed now. The speed was very late. But Lurkers are on the way, and we're just sitting here producing Marines and Valkyries. There's no science vessel ready to go here. Not even a science facility produced as of yet. And the Defiler's den is on the way. The Defiler nest. I always forget this one, guys. I really do apologize. Some of you guys have been telling me in the comments, but I always forget this one. Very silly. Looks like one tank is out. The Lurker's gonna run forward and completely slaughter these Marines. GG. There it goes. Shine takes down a Terran player and will advance. Only Light remains here on the side of Terran, and Zerg taking a big lead here. It's now up to Bisu or YSC to take him down. Kind of a crazy result there. I'm kind of speechless to see Shine able to take down Barracks when he's just going straight up Valkyrie build. That is that's the build that was developed by Light and should exactly counter what Shine was doing there. That's really what it was made to do, but losing that first Valkyrie to pure Mutilus, not even a Scourge dive, was a massive blunder. And Shine just executes perfectly with his harassment and the follow-up, everything working out just so in his favor. Now he's going to be going into a Zerg versus Protoss. Let's see how he fares. Bisu or YSC, that's coming up next. All right, we back with YSC versus Shine here on Dark Origin. And Shine spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner. We got YSC in the top left. Our only player for this week of KCM who hasn't made it into the ASL. RIP to the Protoss this season, because they have the fewest players who made it through. I believe Terran actually with the most, which is a surprise. As of late, it's really been Zerg with the dominating performance, but Terran taking it away this season could be something to do with that build we saw in the last game, that Valkyrie build, giving a big advantage back to Terran players over the Zergs, just taking them down a notch. But Shine just overcoming that hurdle without much trouble at all. Now gonna go up against YSC here with a quick 3 base. Actually getting the gas before third hatchery here, and he is gonna get denied. Oh, he does get it. Okay, that was super close. I thought because he went for that gas before third, he was gonna get denied again, but he does manage to get it out. And the Sim City on YSC side of the map looking pretty jank here. Look at that. I mean, it is a Zergling type wall-in with the forge below the gateway, but maybe we're gonna get a shot of it here. No, not gonna get another shot. Okay, but I mean, the cannon is so far back, and Shine just look at how far this cannon is, man. That cannon at the very edge of the pylon powering, I believe, leaving a massive hole, like a massive area undefended there in the front. You could definitely break through there. I think he's even putting his cyber core in the front as well, so cutting off more areas with which to throw down some additional cannons if there was a Hydralisk rush. Now he does see that there is a layer on the way, so layer gonna probably phase out or kind of remove the possibility here of a full-on Hydralisk bust. The Stargate is on the way here as well. So keeping this probe alive as long as he has, really keeping him very safe here, and not having that that threat of a Hydralisk bust is going to keep YSC in a much more comfortable position here. Going to get in with a couple of lings. pretty decent job hiding this in the corner. A couple of lings will clean it up, though. Only 2 lings go down, traded for that zealot. So really, Shine coming out on top in that exchange. And a YSC going to go right into the Citadel. Everything looking normal except for this wall-in, which is just out of this world. That is a crazy wall-in there, in my opinion. Probably one of the jankiest wall-ins I've ever seen. And fortunately, he's not going to have to go up again. Look, you could almost hit that forge with lings there. Very, very close, actually. Could almost hit that forge with the lings and not get hit by the cannon. I don't think that's actually possible, but it's really... visually, it looks really, really close. But if you had a couple of Hydras, you could definitely take down that building. Hydra's Den is now on the way. You can see the Sim City here looking very, very nice for Shine as he continues to drone up here. A couple of Scourge will be pumping out to save any further Overlords from going down. 2 will fall, though. Just barely pulling away there with that first Corsair. Will keep both Corsairs alive. Another gateway here in the natural. I'm kind of splitting those up, actually getting prepared for a potential Scourge and Mutilus break here into the main base. That Photon Cannon's coming up. And I actually like this from YSC. Having the gateways not all inside of the main base means that you can kind of pop out some Templar in this location. They're covered by the cannons. Oh, this couple of Scourge, though, might be able to get a Corsair. Ooh, does land 1 Scourge on a single Corsair, so not actually picking one off, but dealing some damage. Oh, another single Corsair landing there. Dealing some of that damage, some hull damage being done to those Corsairs. And a lot of lings being produced here by Shine. Looks like he wants to deal with these Zealots just with the pure ling action here while continuing to drone up and transitioning eventually into a Hydraless play. Looks like Link's moving around the outside here. Uh-oh, is he gonna go for just a straight up counterattack? Doesn't seem like he wants to engage with the Zealots at all. He's gonna come right in here. 2 cannons gonna go down really, really fast, but a 3rd cannon does finish up. And he will try to just run by here, it looks like. After killing the first cannon, 2 lings make it up. We'll get a full scout here of the main, but that was not the greatest play there from Shine. Of course, he did pull back the Zealots. He forced those to go back home, but not the greatest use of those lings. He could certainly use them to buffer for these Hydras. Oh, this DT getting in 5 or 4 kills, already 5 kills now. Managing to get 5 drones in this backline, in this 3rd base without Shine noticing. So that's very frustrating. Producing all those lings, producing all those Hydras, just to lose a ton of drones here and get nothing done on the counterattack. That is seriously unfortunate here for Shine, and I feel YSC is starting to pull ahead here slightly. Now, Shine is not dead by any means. He's still fine. Has some reasonable play here in the mid game, but things have just not gone his way thus far. He's gonna have to find other means of getting back into this one, rather other than just massing up and trying to take big fights against YSC. Now, is that going to be a quick transition into Lurker? Is he just gonna take fights where he's behind a wall in here or something? Ooh, some Corsairs coming in, but the massive Hydra pushes everything back. And yeah, straight into Lurker here. So Shine not wasting any time getting that Lurker upgrade. He's going to build up that Lurker count and come across the map. Perhaps gonna look for a contain here against YSC in the mid game. Ton of lurkers, or a ton of overlords are ready and prepared. Can come across the map here now. Has to be careful of the counterattacks, but he's done a good job of spreading out his units and getting prepared for this. Lurker's actually going around the top side. Oh, he's got a drop here. Lurker drop gonna go into the natural, it looks like. He is gonna lose this overlord. No, actually this overlord pulling away along with these hydras, and there's quite a opportunity here for Shine now to get in and actually do a big lurker drop. Here we go, lurkers landing into the natural. Very quick pullback though from YSC, and the storm there crushing that. Oh boy, getting in here into the main, gonna go after a ton of probes. Very nicely done. Will pick up and pull back, although there are some Corsairs here now. Just going to drop that lurker, and oh, he just managed to get it underground as well. Might get another probe here. Nicely done. There's an observer. We'll be able to deal with this drop, but Shine dealing a reasonable amount of damage there. Not too bad. Slowing down that Protoss economy with just a couple of drops. Definitely going to be worth it for him. And now he's coming forward here. This double ramp area, these two bridges here are going to be very hard to cross. With that amount of Templar prepared to fight, third base is really easy to take here on this map, just because of this triple bridge, making it very, very difficult for Zerg to breach. But at the same time, it makes it very difficult for Protoss to come across. If you've got the lurkers set up and waiting, great storms on some of these lurkers, but as you can see, the Dragons are not able to get good surface area because of the triple bridge, and everything being forced back here. Going to begin to contain the Protoss on 3 bases here. Of course, there is another way around. You can go through the bottom left side, but already moving to that location, getting prepared for that movement. Yeah, look at that. Shine so on top of things here with 5 lurkers in that spot and a bunch of hydras and overlord ready to snipe. The observers gotta go after this observer. He gets it. Observer goes down and everything's pushed away. Nicely done. Shine gonna hold on and prevent YSC from getting out on the map. The contain has started, albeit 3 base contain, definitely not as good as a 2 base contain. It's still viable. Looks like YSC could come around the top side. There's still another option here. If he can't break out through either of these areas, he could go around the other side. He's actually breaking through those storms here on a lot of these lurkers. Not taking the best trade here, YSC, but does break out, and that's a massive, massive win for YSC, able to get on the map and threaten to pincer this this area here. Oh, he's actually going to move forward, diving here on top of the Templar as they're coming out of the gateways. Really good play from Shine, going after that forge here in the front. Ooh, the storm way too strong though. Manages to force the cancel there. +1/+1 is done, but that +2 attack being denied. Really, really nice stuff there. With +2 done for Shine, he's gonna have even upgrades here for a little while, as another forge is being built in the main. I'm surprised he doesn't throw down double forge. He's taking his 4th base, so definitely could afford to do so. 4th base on the way here for Shine as well. Sticking, keeping on even bases here with YSC, but that's not really where you want to be as the Zerg player. Even bases is not an even game. You really want to have bases over your opponent if possible. We're in this situation now, 4 base to 4 base. Oh, actually the Nexus still hasn't been thrown down here, so YSC being a little bit slow on that. Shine can take the advantage for a little bit here, being on 4 bases. If he transfers some drones to that location, hasn't done so just yet. No hive here for Shine, sticking with his layer tech units. Tons of Hydras, tons of Lurkers. He can't actually get any higher in his upgrades at this moment. Just going for armor now, I'm assuming, but you can't get +3 until hive is done. Ooh, this was a really sneaky move. It would have been amazing had he not been spotted there. Could have actually caught all of the probes being transferred, but now he's gonna go for a big drop. Looks like into the main. Is this a fake? Fake drop into the main? Yeah, absolutely a fake drop here. He's gonna run forward and trying to break this base on high ground, going up onto this 4th base. The storms here, amazing though, absolutely amazing. Crushing those Hydras, and DT attack, counterattack, gonna kill this 4th base. Oh my god. The tides have turned here. 4 DTs kill the 4th base. And 4 DTs gonna come down here and potentially deal some damage at the 3rd of Shine as well. Actually, bringing up the Hydras will be able to kill this, prevent any more damage here from these Dark Templars. But that was already a massive win for YSC, who's now mining on his 4th, whereas Shine sitting here just massing up on 3 base. No hive tech, no additional no additional techs coming out here. He doesn't have the potential for hive right now. He's just kind of focused here really on killing this next base or getting something done. I don't know what it is. Here comes the 4th base now, but I feel like his position getting worse and worse here now as YSC secures that 4th, and there we go. Finally, Queen's Nest gonna come down, but this is a very late transition from a difficult position. Can he actually make the transition work? Can he actually get to crackling and make it work? I kind of doubt it at this point, because YSC is just about maxed out. He's just about ready to make a move here, come across the map and actually take a massive fight. Shine trying to cross this bridge. There's a dropship moving around the outside of the map that should be met with some Scourge here in a moment's time. Been completely spotted by Shine. One thing you gotta say for Shine is he absolutely has fantastic vision around the map. Oh, get it. Does manage to snipe that down. But meanwhile, YSC breaking out of this position. That's quite a wide lurker ring. But YSC kind of busting through pretty easily. +1/+1 is all the upgrades that YSC has at this point, so still not doing great with those upgrades. You would usually see like +2/+2 being finished here for the Protoss, but he's fallen kind of far behind with those upgrades. Do we have a Carapace now? No Carapace here just yet. +2 armor finally finished, so starting to get those upgrades rolling again here. Finally, some drones being transferred. Ah, man, this is rough. Really rough for Shine. That 4th base was just so slow, so delayed. And I mean, he's doing a great job of playing a defensive game and taking snipes at YSC with drops, etc. But oh god, some Templar out here in the middle. That's not where they want to be. They will end up getting picked off. More lurkers being sent over here. I guess you can hit from low ground onto some of these patches, maybe. if you're in the perfect positioning here and some drag goods coming out, those are going to be dived upon. That's a nice little win for Shine. Getting a couple of kills there definitely helps out. Now coming forward, this area not properly defended anymore. Moving some lurkers over to try and to hold this position, but looks like YSC has busted the two bridges. He's made it across here, and with him coming forward, he can actually, if he can reinforce this, he should be able to hold it. Oh no, lurkers making their way up here. Now maybe YSC can break on the other front. No, being pushed back once again. 70 supply advantage, by the way, for Shine at this point. Now finally gonna go ahead and mine out the back mineral patches. Zealot's gonna come out and deal with that base, that 5th base from Shine. Definitely gonna go down here. That's way too many Zealots. That might just spell disaster here for Shine. That might spell the end of this game as the drones go down in this location. Bunch of them being transferred, but that hatch will fall 100%. And where else can he actually take a base at this point? I really don't know. Looks like these Zealots just gonna run on by the defensive lurkers that have been brought forward. And yeah, you just can't build a base, I think, in the bottom left here as Shine. That really goes to YSC. Building base in the top right is nice, but you have to defend it properly. Zealots can always come through that area. Now coming through, gonna push through these lurkers here on that side. Hydras, which have been brought back to defend, are gonna be brought forward once again to take on this massive army from YSC. Is going after the storms, gets some of these Templar, but there's still a lot of Templar here to pour down the storms. Shine kind of running out of fuel here, running out of gas. Gonna transfer some of his drones over to the 4th base as the Zealot's gonna take over that area. Dragoon's gonna rip through these lurkers here. So many Templar in this army. Gonna make a couple of Archons. And this is just way too much. 75 supply to 142. It is half the supply for Shine as what YSC can field at this moment. And YSC pushing onto that 4th base. It feels like everything has fallen apart now, and Shine taps out. GG. YSC takes them down. Very impressive play from him. He almost got trapped in the net there from Shine. The contain play, definitely very, very strong, but managing to find a way out. That southern flank, that western side of the map, definitely the choice there, the best option for breaking through. Even 5 lurkers and a bunch of Hydras not able to prevent YSC from getting through that location. He manages to get out and takes the game in a nice macro game. Now we've got Shine going down. That's at least one Zerg player who's been killed. There's only one Terran player left over. That's going to be Light. I don't think YSC stands much of a chance against him, just based on their power levels alone. On paper, Light should be able to take him down. And then we'll have more of an even KCM. Maybe we can even see Light take down Hero or Soma and sort of even things out here. But this is the last Terran player for the night. Hopefully he does a great job. It's going to be Light versus YSC coming up next. Let's jump into it. Rolling on into game number 5. We've got YSC versus Light. Light here in the bottom left. We got YSC in the top center. It is, of course, Neo Sylphid. And just a fantastic game out of YSC there versus Shine. Love the 4 DTs moving out. That was a really clutch move to take out that 4th base. I think the game would have been a lot different had that not occurred. Ooh, we got some stats here in the bottom right. Brought to you by Paranmanjan, I believe. What is this? I think this must be the relative win rates on this map, which that makes sense. All of these percentages do add up to 100. So 34% of the time Terran wins. No, you know what? This doesn't really make sense. I don't know what that's all about. That doesn't make sense either. Protoss only wins 30% of the time. That's crazy. I highly doubt it. This is, in my opinion, a very Protoss favored map. This doesn't take into account the different matchups either, so I really don't know what that statistic is about. If you speak Korean, let us know in the comments down below. That would be very helpful. But for now, we've got a gas on the way here, getting a nice little sim city in the front. The bunker here as well, but not going for a gasless fast expand, just a nice quick forward sim city here, getting himself prepared for that CC, and I think we'll see the CC come down despite the earlier gas. Probably we'll see CC before the factory. That's just my guess. Already got 200 minerals here, and looks like the Zealot could be walking by. Zealot press probe. Only one single Marine there, and actually he pops out the Marine and then drops it back inside. So maybe trying to trick YSC there into thinking that there's two Marines. Now, factory does go down first, so I was a little bit off there. Factory before command center, but he pulls off the SCVs from the gas now and will throw down that command center here. Ooh, YSC getting cheeky. Wants to go for a robo here in the front. Try to get a bust going. Reaver in the front. Just gonna walk up and try to break this, but I think that Light definitely knows what to do here. Second gateway in the front as well. This is a heavy commit from YSC. He wants to make this work. It'll be tough to pull off though, and I feel like Light just continuously producing Marines right now and getting into a couple of vultures. With the SCVs pulled, he should be able to get over there and bunker rush that robotics facility before a Reaver can pop out. That's really the optimal way to deal with a play like this. Once you've spotted it, you don't really want to allow the Protoss player to do their build. You'd much rather get out here and actually kill this robotics facility. That would be absolutely optimal. Now we do have the dropship on the way here. The Marines have been pulled into the main, which is funny. I think he's expecting the Zealots and Dragoons to be airlifted into the main base. Coming up here, he sees it. He sees the elevator into the main and completely stops that. So nicely done so far. He doesn't pull SCVs to try and kill that, to bunker rush that robo though. And this is leaving an opportunity for YSC. He's dealing a lot of damage here at the front for Dragoons. Almost picking this off, leaving the shuttle here. Does bring back the Marines though, and he is going to get up his turret ring. So everything looking pretty good for Light, especially since YSC, I mean, he does not have a Nexus here. No Nexus on his side, and he shoves everything back. The perfect positioning on this tank, by the way. Absolutely perfect. Here comes the Reaver. Reaver gonna take a shot at this bunker. Bunker will be going down very, very quickly. Both Marines gonna fall as well, and the tanks are under threat. Beautiful block there. Perfect blocking with the SCVs, just keeping them out of range of that tank there. The Reaver, of course, does pick off some of these tanks, though. Uh-oh, he can drop right on top of this. Oh god, on siege. The SCVs are in a lot of trouble. There's only one tank here. One single tank, not gonna get the job done. Where are the Marines? Looks like all the Marines have been taken down. He's in the main now. SCV's being pulled en masse. Gotta keep this tank alive. This tank is his entire life right now in this game. He's gonna lose one tank. Oh my goodness, losing that tank was so painful. Tries to run forward and dive on the tank once again. Oh, this Reaver's gonna get a big shot off. A bunch more SCV kills and down to 11 supply here. YSC, it looks like he's done it. Not enough respect coming from Light for that forward robotics play, and a beautiful bust by YSC, breaking down that wall, gets the clapper from KCM. Big respect to this player, the only one who did make it in the ASL, making a name for himself here in KCM instead. Taking down Light is no easy feat. Not allowing him to get into his game, though. Not allowing Light to get to where he is most powerful with his upgrade mech rolling ahead. Instead, just cutting him down in the early game and moving on. Terran has been eliminated, boys. Terran going down first. And it's a 2-on-2 now. Bisu YSC versus Hero Soma. Let's see if YSC can continue his rampage, or will he be taken down? That's coming up here after the break. Well, here we have our game number 6. It's going to be Hero versus YSC on Heartbreak Bridge. Hero over here in the center right, YSC in the center left. And YSC, man, not the player really expect to pop off in the KCM, but showing us here that he is absolutely one to watch out for. Definitely worth watching for sure. Able to take down Light with some fantastic early micro, and oh boy, this is looking a little scary here. I see a pylon and 200 minerals in the bank. YSC gonna take a Nexus first. And this is a 9 pool with the extractor tricks, so 6 slings are going to be on the way very, very soon. There's the Nexus first. No scout, by the way. No scout, Nexus first. That's that is about as risky as it gets. I have a forge now, but that forge is being constructed starting after the lings are already in production. We're gonna have to see some miracle work from YSC in terms of his ling defense, his control with his early probes. He's gonna have to pull, I would say, like 10 probes, maybe his entire probe line here. Gonna have to be pulled in order to keep himself alive. He goes for a gateway instead of double cannon. That's surprising. Thought for sure he'd throw double cannon here, but instead, gonna gamble everything that he can hold this tiny little choke here long enough to get the cannon out. Pulling back the probes as they get hurt. This is a dangerous game here. Trying to get in, but not doing a great job. Hero going to have to fall back. Beautiful defense there. Not even losing a single probe. Unbelievable. YSC playing like a god today. That is ridiculous. Looks like the back mineral patches will be mined out, though. Uh-oh. That's not good. Looks like these lings will be getting into the base regardless of that great pro micro. There's the mineral patch going down. YSC going to be in a lot of trouble here as the Lings come through. They can just run right past this cannon. Probably he'll lose 1 to 2. Perhaps 1 to 2 Lings going to go down here as they run by. No, not even a single Ling. Okay, 1 Ling goes down. And the 8 Lings of Hero now running into the main. They kill a ton of probes here. How many have gone down? I don't even know, but it's a lot. He's fighting here with the probes and the Zealot, but just gunning them down like crazy. So many probes have died. The Zealot doing a reasonable job, but that was way too much damage here. And I mean, this is just a fantastic position now for Hero. Almost losing probes here behind the minerals as well, but YSC doing a good job of keeping those alive at least. Still, the overall saturation here is dismal. YSC heading across the map. He is going to have a single Zealot and probe to do some potential work here, but he needs to do so much to make up this deficit, and already 4 Lings are here, so it's not looking good. Focus is down at the probe there. Nicely done by Hero. And this Zealot will be taken out, will be knocked down. And yeah, this is looking very, very bad for our Protoss player. These Lings still doing work in the main base, gets another kill there, and you can see these supplies evened up now with a Spire on the way. I don't think we have a Stargate yet. Do we have even a Cybernetics core? That's just giving you an idea of how far behind YSC is in this situation. There's the Cyber core, but generally you're gonna see that Stargate on the way before the layer is finished. Just in this case, things are looking so bad for YSC. He is really gonna struggle to deal with the mutas that are coming here from Hero. I don't know if he's actually gonna go muta, but it seems like the smart thing to do. Just put more pressure on the Protoss. If he makes any mistakes with cannon placement, doesn't have enough Corsair. Of course, he's not gonna have enough Corsair. So yeah, second gas coming down now at 6 minutes. He's definitely gonna pump at least a few mutas and start to put on that pressure. Drone count's looking fantastic. He's gonna go around the back. Of course, there is that block. The Stargate is done. Citadel on the way here. We need cannons though in the main because mutas are already likely in their eggs. Gonna be sent across the map here shortly. Here you have it. Eggs are being produced. That's most definitely mutas. There's only 1 cannon in this game right now. Oh my god. 1 cannon here in the natural. Corsair out on the map. I feel like if the mutas just come across the map here and kill that 1 cannon, Lings should be able to do the rest. A single Corsair heading towards the natural. This is such a late Corsair though. Like, I feel that it's almost sacrificial because sending it across the map is just going to put you in so much trouble. He does see the mutas coming. The cannon going to finish here in the main, just barely in time to actually fight, but not in time to win. Unfortunately, it will end up dying. And this Corsair will be driven away. There's another Corsair coming. So there are, in fact, 2 Corsairs here. The second cannon is about to finish, but I don't think he can save this base here. The main is going to go down. Ooh, there's the cannon about to finish, but it doesn't even get 1 shot off. Maybe he got 1 shot there, but does end up going down. There's a Corsair. GG. Hero takes a quick win here on Heartbreak Ridge. That unfortunate back part of that natural. I mean, the hold against the Lynx was amazing, absolutely beautiful, but just not remembering about the possibility of mining through with a drone in the back area. If he'd pulled a probe up there, like, he had such a massive advantage. If he had gone up that ramp and seen the probe there, just sent a probe up there and seen the lings were coming through, he could have made a defense. He could have built some buildings, blocked that area, and really saved himself in that game. But unfortunately, not remembering the back way into the natural ends up biting him in the ass pretty badly, and now YSC is out. Only Bisu remains. It's going to be Hero versus Bisu, the potential last game of the night. If Bisu manages to take him down, it will be a final between Bisu and Soma. That's what I'm hoping for. We're going to go into game number 7 here, guys. That's coming right up. Oh yeah, beautiful. I love to see it. We've got a cross map Protoss versus Zerg here on Nemesis. Hero versus Bisu. This is probably going to be the best game of the night. I've really been enjoying watching Nemesis games, especially in PvZ as of late. It's been a really enjoyable map in my opinion. I'm not sure how it is to play, but as a spectator, absolutely fantastic. So many cool strategies and interesting games. We've seen some great ones in KCM, particularly recently with Soma versus Mini. Was a fantastic game on this map. Was that last week or the week before? Gun to my head, I couldn't tell you, but that was relatively recent. Also, I casted a replay game between Jadong and a random on the ladder that was absolutely amazing. RKT, that was a fantastic game. If you haven't seen that yet, definitely go to my channel and watch that one. That was I won't spoil it. It was just a fantastic game. So much fun to watch. And just displaying some of the creativity that can be pulled out on this map. With all of the island bases and all of that stuff. It's just, there's a lot of cool things you can do here. And I digress, guys. We're getting into this map now. We've got Hero here with the 12 hatch. Or was that a pool first? I actually was not paying attention, kind of reminiscing over that previous game. Okay, no, it was pool first. There we go. The pool is done. We have lings out here. Only 2, though. Not a big threat. And that's going to work out in Hero's favor. Trying to take this base could be denied by Bisu. If he finds this drone, he will definitely block that for good. Ooh, he sees it. He does see it. Oh, going for it. Going for it. He's not going to have the minerals in time. And Hero will be driven away from this base location. Will he go ahead and take the base in the center right? I think he could. Throws down a hatchery in the main, so doesn't want to miss out on the extra larva, but can't throw down a base at this time. So goes ahead, grabs that hatchery in a kind of inconvenient location for the moment. We'll see how this ends up changing Hero's build here, as he has not got a layer as of yet. No layer. There's the 100 minerals. I believe he just went into speed there. I didn't see 150 minerals disappear, so speed on the way. He's blocking this probe out, but no, he messes it up. Does allow the probe into the main. He sees the second hatchery, and he sees, of course, no layer. So he definitely knows something is up here. Could be Hero going for a ling bust. That's definitely a possibility. We've got a cybernetics core on the way. And quite a few lings being produced here. Bisu sees no base in the center right, and he's still sending the zealots forward, which seems a little bit crazy. There we go. We got a base in the top center. More than enough lings here to surround and kill these zealots. He will end up surrounding and taking these down 100% now with no +1 on these zealots. And overwhelming numbers here. He is going to take this down. Speed is going to finish up as well, so he will track down these last couple of zealots, and now he's going to be able to go across the map. Is there a cannon finish? It should be almost done. There it is, halfway finished. 2 zealots in the natural, but he could absolutely go around, try to get in through one of these side bases. Can he actually get by this? No, he cannot. A full-on wall in here is going to go for the gateway, but ooh, that cannon is going to finish up here in just another second. There's the cannon finishing. He will push this back, so a nice hold there by Bisu. More drones being produced, so Hero not going to go for a full-on bust. He will start to open up this back access, though. Gonna try to access the main base through these eggs here. Does take a significant amount of time, especially to get through that second egg, because you just can't really get good surface area. He's gonna send the Corsair out on a path to check these eggs, and he will see the breaking through here, and should be able to prepare for that effectively. Hero still gonna break through the eggs, though. Might as well. There's a spore colony, and it looks to me like Hero just wants to focus on droning up super duper hard at this point, possibly getting into a quick 4th base. Hydro stand on the way. The evolution chamber has been done for a while, so I'm not sure whether or not he's started an early upgrade. He may end up going for a quick carapace. That can be really, really strong. Quick carapace cancels out the zealot attack. If I mean, every Protoss player gets that quick zealot attack, and it allows you to 2-shot lings. But if you get that quick carapace, that completely cancels it out, and lings can suddenly fight against zealots much, much better, and allows you to drone up insanely fast, because you're not really forced to you know, go into mutas or mutas and scourge, other plays to deal with these zealots, hydralisk or lurker or something. Instead, you can just build lings, you can just build drones, and really, really power up. You don't have to get a lot of gas in order to make this work. So there is still the possibility that your opponent will go for a ton of Corsairs. Ooh, nice surround there. Gets one of those zealots. Really, really good job by Hero. Now the +1 should be just about done. Some Hydras are popping, so that makes me feel like he probably didn't go for the quick carapace. Maybe he did, but now +1 is done. Do we have carapace? I'd like to get a click on one of these lings. Of course, it's probably not quite there yet. The evolution chamber is a little bit later. He's gonna get over here, try to kill this overlord. Looks like he will get it. Quite a bit of damage, though, done to these Corsairs, losing some of their hull, losing some hull health there. But a good job dealing with those. Of course, you can't get DTs inside that base area, though, until you actually break down those eggs. He's gonna break through this right-hand side, but there's no base over in that location. So it should be fine for Hero here. Not having the layer is a little bit of a problem. Okay, there's the layer. Layer is now done. So that's very important. Having that layer done means you can get Overlord speed, and with DTs on the map, Overlord speed absolutely essential. These DTs are going to try to get into the main base now, going to break through these eggs incredibly fast, and there's no Overlords here at all. Oh boy, this could be massive. Bisu heading up here into the main base could end up getting a massive, getting some crazy damage here on these drones. He's paying attention to the other side of the map. Hero not looking in this location. Oh, he's starting to pull away some of his drones. No, he's not. Tons of drones going down here. Tons and tons of damage. Hero finally looks up at the top right-hand corner. All of his drones just about dead at this point, though, and he's going to lose a Hydrogen. Yeah, he will go right after that Hydrogen. I feel like probably the Evo chamber would be better, but he goes after the Hydrogen. He's gonna lose his DTs here. So much damage though, so much damage. 7 kills on this one DT. Those are all drones. Actually, I don't know if egg kills count. Do kills on eggs count? Actually, I have no idea, but probably they do actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Looks like we've got an observatory on the way. He's ready in case there are lurkers on coming up here. Hero is starting to redrone. Balance is returning to the Zerg base here. And the third of Bisu is done. He's gone ahead and killed these assimilators, so he's created an island here in the bottom center. It's definitely advantageous to the Protoss player. +1/+1 is done. +1 attack only for Hero. So not getting that Carapace, as I predicted earlier, but we'll be getting a quick attack upgrade to pair with these Hydras. Gonna struggle against the mass speed zealot plus a couple of Templar. He needs to kind of go around this army. Threaten to kill some of these Templar, because if he falls all the way back to his natural and the Templar make it there without being harassed, he could be in a lot of trouble. He's trying to move forward here, trying to take a fight. He needs to take this before the storms get off. There's a nice storm. Tries to run forward and get on top of these Templar. Kind of walks into the storm himself, though. Oh god, this is looking really bad for Hero. So many zealots gonna run forward here. And there's lurkers on the way, but all clumped up. There could be a couple of storms here. Zealot's gonna run into the main and deal a ton of damage. What is this? Triple evolution chamber in the main base. Not really going after the drones here, which is advantageous for Hero. At least he's not losing too many drones at the moment. Now gonna lose a ton of drones though, as all the Hydras get cleaned up. Those Hydras coming from the third base, doing the best they can. Lurkers not doing anything. Where are the lurkers? Actually, I don't think any of them popped out. Where are they? I thought we had 2 lurkers here, 3 lurkers in the natural. Maybe they did get stormed and killed. Ooh, going after the evolution chamber. I feel like it's a bit of a wasted opportunity from Best. He could have gotten a lot more damage if he had gone maybe after the Hydralisk Den. Okay, he did get the Hydralisk Den as well. He's gonna get the spawning pool too. Nothing can be produced right now for Hero. He gets it. Ooh, what are you gonna do as Hero now at this point? I guess you just make all lurkers. No, he can't. He's supply blocked here as well. So I think with this follow-up attack, Bisu should be able to close it. Another base going down the bottom right. I like this play. Just kind of went ahead, get more ahead, right? How are you gonna take a fight here as Hero is actually coming out to try and take this fight, but the Dragoons are in high enough numbers and he can't produce backup units. 1,000 minerals in the bank right now. You can just see Hero cannot make anything right now. He's just got nothing to do. And finally, he's spent his money, so he will have a bunch of Hydras popping in a second. But for now, Bisu just rallying forward. Tons of Zealots coming up here. And I think this is gonna be it. Hydra's gonna pop. Zealots just running forward. Hydra's coming from the main. A bunch of Hydra's gonna come from the third base as well, but they're just not together. GG. Hero taps out. Bisu gonna take us to a final game. Hell yeah. 8 games once again. A great back and forth here in this week of KCM. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. No clapper for Bisu, unfortunately. I think he played a fantastic game, especially with that backstab into the main. The DT's doing so much damage, and he takes him down with the follow-up. Really good stuff. Soma gonna go up against Bisu in our final game. Let's go ahead and get it started. Here we go. All right, our final game of the night. No more need for that lineup at the bottom of the screen, and no need for a anti-spoiler either. We've made it all the way to game 8. The absolute best possible scenario, the best case scenario here for a week of KCM. It's all come down to this. A best of 1 between Bisu and Soma here on Vermeer. Soma in the top left-hand or bottom left-hand corner. Bisu in the top left vertical spawns. Gotta love it. Guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you don't, 2 DTs are going to wipe out your mineral line. And that is a promise. Definitely helps me out, guys. So make sure to hit the subscribe and keep up to date with what I'm doing here. And plenty more replays to come for sure. Plenty more weeks of a glorious KCM are on their way to you as we speak. Looks like gonna go for a spawning pool here in the main. Looks like he wanted to get a 12 hatch going here before the probe arrived, but just couldn't quite make it in time. Bisu's timing able to get that probe out just in the nick of time here and prevent that from going down. He will cancel his pylon, but not able to block there. Nicely done. Soma gets his hatchery going, and everything looking good here. Everything looking good for Soma. That probe really not doing too much to throw off the build here. The Soma will be able to produce 6 slings and come across the map. Actually put some pressure on to Bisu now, because he went for this early pool, and Bisu on his side, for his part, went for that gateway in the front. So he's gonna have some zealots moving out on the map, but he's got to stay at home right now, because 6 slings can absolutely put the hurt on you here if you're not perfectly controlling your early probes and zealots. It's actually going to chase this scouting probe for a second, so wasting a little bit of time there. I'm going to keep his links back at home, actually, so deciding not to come across the map now and try to deal some damage. Instead, gonna just go ahead and grab his gas and continue to drone up here, which is fine. He sees everything that's going on in Bisu's base. He sees the Nexus. He sees how many zealots have been produced, and he now sees the zealots moving out on the map. So he will have to react with some more lings here, but he should be able to hold this off, not without any problem. And here comes those zealots now. 1 probe, 3 zealots, a pretty scary force. Should have about 4 to 6 additional lings popping out in order to hold this properly. Zealots going to head behind the mineral line here. Pretty annoying stuff. This is really a tough position to dislodge the Protoss from if he doesn't want to move from here. A layer should be on the way there for Soma. Lings are standing out in the front here, giving him an opportunity to make a dash for the net or for the main base. But if he decides to go for that main, he's definitely going to get surrounded and killed. Soma is just waiting for those zealots to move into a more killable position. There's the Hydralisk Den here in the main. 2 more zealots on the way. Could be rallied over there to the 3rd base. Can really throw a wrench into things here for Soma, who would like to be producing Hydras now. There's the first Hydra. Hydra's out. will force the Zealots to engage. And yeah, this is perfect for Soma. Killing off these Zealots is great. Don't lose the Hydra though. Oh god, he loses the Hydra. Oh, that's not good. That is really, really painful. Should not be losing an early Hydra to a slow Zealot, especially with all those Lings there, but the Lings end up blocking him. And looks like straight up switching into drone production after that. Forcing out a cannon here, of course. Bisu, you know, he can't afford to just sit here with just one cannon, whereas Soma could be going for a bust. He's not going to go for that bust. Great surround there. Kills that Zealot. Really, really good spread and search from Soma. Throwing his Lings all over the map and actually finds and kills that Zealot. That's not easy to do. But he does manage to make it happen, and now he's cleared the map, so he's feeling nice and safe here. Just defending his overlords is the main priority. Of course, there's Overlord here in the middle. Can he get up there in time to save that? Really important that he does so, and does actually keep the Overlord alive. Gonna search for another Overlord here in the main. But Soma is droning up extremely heavily now with just about 5 Hydras being produced. Actually, more Hydras popping out here, so he may want to go and kill that Wallen at the front. He's got speed. Range should be done momentarily. Maybe he wants to get that +1. He could absolutely take that down. Let's see how close this is. We don't actually get to see how close the +1 is at this point, but it's got to be getting really, really close now. Focus on the... oh, he's gonna dive here. Cannon gonna go down really, really fast. Really nicely done. Second cannon goes down insanely quick. Third cannon is dead. Fourth cannon gonna go down as well. Soma crushing here. Gets on top of those cannons. Bisu sends the Zealots out, albeit a bit too late. And now these the control here is everything, just falling back, kiting Zealots like crazy, and the cannons are just not even close to being done. I think Soma gonna be able to finish him off here. Look at all the cannons popping out, but Bisu, oh, he actually finishes one of the cannons, so he could pull forward just probes. Probes could hold this off. Did the +1 finish? I think the +1 actually might have finished, and now we have Zealots here in the front. I think +1 is done. Yeah, it is. +1 finished, and I think speed is about to be done here for these Zealots as well. 4 cannons are done. He sees more Hydras are coming up here. He actually needs more cannons than this. Should be building more Zealots as well. I can't believe Bisu held on after losing every single cannon in the front. There we go. Zealots are done. Zealots are done. Speed is done. He's gonna hold on, and this is actually going to go on into the future. Soma is supply blocked as well. 53 of 53. Can't produce anything. Hydras. Are they gonna go for it? Here they come, running forward. Zealots, what are they doing? They gotta run down here. Keep these cannons alive. He does keep the cannons alive. And he will force this back, diving on top of these Hydras. Gonna lose an Overlord? Oh, almost loses that Overlord, but keeps it alive. Zealot's gonna be chasing down here. Really good micro from Soma. But the +1 Zealots are really too strong with that speed. Soma gonna have to return all the way to his side of the map. Not many drones here at all. I thought that Soma was droning up a little bit harder there, but it seems like he really made a massive commitment to that Hydraless bust. Quite a few hatches on Soma's side of the map, but just not the appropriate drone number to take this into a later game. Instead, he's going to come across the map, try to take another fight here. Maybe he wants to break the natural. However, Zealots moving around this army, going to come down to the third base. This could be it, guys. This could be the end. Gonna try and break through this natural. That's a lot of Hydras, but the cannons are helping out a lot. And these Zealots coming down to the 6 o'clock. Some of them being split off and heading into the natural and the main. Soma focused completely on this natural here, trying to break through into Bisu's base, but back at home, he's losing so much here. It looks like the final few Zealots are gonna go down, and he may be able to kill this cannon, but oh my god, hold on. He's actually going to get through here. Probes are being pulled. Probes are being pulled from the front. Drones are fighting. Hydralisk Den is about to fall here as well. Hydralisk Den going down could be the nail in the coffin. Zealots being killed here in the natural. There's still quite a few Hydras. Oh, he saves it. 13 HP. Oh my god. 13 HP, there's the DT. The DT is out. Where's the Overlord? Overlord is here in the front. There's 2 Overlords. Oh, he's gonna gun down that DT. DT goes down, he doesn't pull it back. DT dies. Oh my god, he keeps his natural alive. There's still more Zealots popping out here. Still more Zealots. Hydras are being rallied forward. There's still a few Zealots around the 3rd and the natural, but both the hatcheries are alive at the 3rd. Everything's alive in the natural as well. A lot of drones have been killed, but this is an insane back and forth. Here comes another Zealot into the main base. Oh, he's going for it. He's gonna kill it. Is he gonna kill it? 13. Oh, he gets it. Oh my god, he kills it. The Hydralisk Den goes down here. Absolute insanity. Oh my gosh, I think that Soma could re-drone from this point, but he's been continuously producing Hydras and now just popping out a ton of Lings here. Looks like a bunch of Lings kind of getting caught there. He's gonna fight once again. These Zealots are in high enough numbers they could just wipe out these Hydras, but the Lings are really helping out. Oh, this is so close. Here comes those Lings that were trapped. GG! Oh, what a game! What an insane back and forth there to end our week. Oh my goodness. He gets the clapper. Absolutely deserved there. What a crazy, crazy game. Bisu clutches it out and takes first place for the Protoss race. Oh my god. Soma was so close there. So incredibly close to taking that one down. But really, that final Zealot, actually, that one single Zealot, the hero, running into the main with just a sliver of health, able to kill that hatchery makes, or to kill that Hydralisk Den makes all the difference in the world, and he actually takes him down. Oh my god, what a back and forth. What a crazy game, guys. We're gonna jump into the score screen. I am in shock right now. Oh my goodness, my throat is absolutely wrecked now after all of that excitement in our final game. Wow, what a back and forth. It was a ton of fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here are your point rankings. We've got Protoss kind of taking the lead once again. Terran falling a bit flat. I feel like that's a direct result of having Royal play on 76 this week. It's an easy win, I think, for Protoss, even against someone as powerful as Royal. But yeah, you gotta keep him in the back pocket, man. You don't want to bring him out on 76 and get him eliminated early. He is definitely the ace, the clutch player for Terran right now. If he's not able to get a couple of wins, I don't know if they have a chance of taking a week, and they definitely need to take a couple of weeks here. We're already halfway through and lagging pretty far behind, 4 points behind Protoss. It's going to be difficult to take a first place. So hopefully we'll see that happen in the future, get things a little bit closer in terms of these point rankings. Although I can't complain. This is pretty good. We've got a nice tight graph here between these 3 different races going into ASL, guys. Are you stoked? I am so excited for ASL here, coming up very, very soon. That's going to be amazing. And I'll be watching the Taste Toast. I guess that's going to come out in like a few weeks, because in 2 days, it's going to start. That's the 28th of February. We're going to be starting the ASL, and then the Tastosis podcast cast of that, I guess, will come out in a week or so after. So still a little bit of time. I'm going to be putting out a ton more replay games during that break, during that time, the lead up to ASL, to keep you guys hype for that massive tournament. So definitely hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.